Hello, my dear students. Today I will share with you some secrets on how to speak English as a native speaker. Let me share the screen. Yeah, great. So I want to unveil you some secrets if you want to speak English as a native speaker. This is Damien, English confidence coach. I'm your guide to fluent English. I can take you even from scratch to fluent English. Ok, donc c'est possible que je vous prenne des zéros à héros pour que vous puissiez bien vous exprimer in English. Okay, so I will give you some secrets like diving into a real conversation. It's one of the secrets. Okay, so you have to engage in everyday English chats. Okay, using idiomatic expressions that are natural. Okay, so you have to ask open-minded questions often. Okay, participate in group discussion, embrace diverse conversational topics. This is a good way. This is the first secret ignored by many people. Okay, so the second is to engage in English media. Okay, so you have to immerse in English media that will help you to enhance your language proficiency. Okay, it can be watching movies, reading books, or listening to podcasts in English. Okay, so this will not only help you to familiarize with pronunciation, but it will also provide contextual nuances and idiomatic expression. Okay, you will get in contact with the English culture. Okay, it will helps bridge the gap between the text language and the real world usage. Okay, so you don't have to be only theoretical, but to practice also. Okay, it will help you to speak English more naturally and confidently. Practice makes perfect. I was talking about practice, so you have to practice consistently. The consistency is the key. Okay, consistent daily practice builds fluency. Engage in real life conversations often. Okay, you have to use English in your thoughts. Okay, challenge yourself with new vocabulary. You can say you can set goals like learning 5 words every day or 15 words every week. Okay, depending on your free time. Okay, so you have also to practice listening to various accents. Okay, practice listening to various accents, American accents, British accent, Canadian, Australian, okay, or even for US, you can practice people from different states, okay? They have their dialects that are sometimes different, okay? So embrace idiomatic expressions. To speak English like a native, embracing idiomatic expression is essential. Idiomatic are phrases where the meanings are not predictable, okay, from the literal meanings of the words themselves, okay. So if you take the word as a single, it sounds different, okay. As a unit, it sounds different compared to the other words. Mastering them allows you to add color and authenticity to your speech, okay, making interaction more engaging and natural. Okay, so familiarize yourself with common idioms, practice using them in the context, and soon they will become a natural part of your vocabulary. Great. Another secret is understanding cultural nuances. Learn local customs and etiquette. Notice nonverbal communication clues like gesture, facial expressions, and so on. Try to understand idioms and slang. Okay, it will help you to get the cultural nuances, respect cultural differences, and stay updated with current events. Next one is to focus on natural phrasing. Okay, one of the key secrets to speaking English like a native is mastering natural phrasing. Natural phrasings involves understanding and using common expressions and sentence structure that native speaker use in everyday conversation. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, okay? It's more about rhythm and flow than strict grammatical rules, okay? You have to pay attention to how native speakers form sentences, okay? You can just copy and use them, okay? After adjusting, okay, the idioms they employ and how they link their thoughts, okay, seamlessly in a smoothly way, okay, create in a smooth transition. Practice them these patterns through listening and mimicry, okay, to make your English sound fluent and organic, okay. The next one is to learn from your mistakes, okay? You have to acknowledge errors openly and calmly, okay? It's being honest, okay? To analyze mistakes for improvement. You have to analyze your mistakes for improvements. It can be grammar mistake or vocabulary and pronunciation, okay? Seek feedback from native speakers, okay? You have to practice challenging aspects repeatedly. Okay, so it's by repetition that you can have a grasp of English. Okay, you have to turn errors into learning opportunities. Okay, you have from the one side obstacles, and you have to see through this obstacle a way for you. Okay, to build up your English, to level up your English. Okay, then obstacles are opportunities. You have to turn them to a positive energy. Okay, next is consistency over perfection. Okay, so you don't want perfection, okay? Every time realize what you need is progress, okay? And progress come over consistency, and it's the key. In your journey to speak English as a native, remember that consistency trumps perfection, okay? It's crucial to engage with the language daily rather than striving for flawlessness or from the outset. Okay, regular practice, even with mistakes, build proficiency over time. You don't have to waste your time waiting the day you will have a perfect English to speak. No, start speaking. Okay, even with a few words. Celebrate small victories and view errors as learning opportunities by prioritizing consistent efforts over the pursuits of perfection. You lay a strong foundation for natural and fluent English communication. Next is a mingle with native speaker. Okay, you have to join local language exchange groups. Okay, attend social events and meetup. Engage in online language forums and practice. Okay, with native speaking friends and travel to English speaking countries. Okay, if you can afford. Okay, absorb everyday English. Okay, you need to take in information. You have to take in content. Okay, to speak English like a native, it is essential to immerse yourself in the language as it is used in everyday life. Okay, so you have to engage in casual conversation, listen to native speakers, and pay attention to the way common phrases and idioms are woven into daily speech. Okay, this will not only help you understand the context, but also help you to pick up the natural flow and rhythm of the language. Okay, by absorbing the everyday use of English, you will begin to sound more fluent, more natural. Okay, enhancing your overall learning language skills, reading, speaking, listening, writing, grammar, vocabulary, and so on. Okay, so because even for native speakers, they just learn grammar naturally. Okay, they don't care about rules. Okay, it's they acquire English grammar like this. Okay, so when they are growing up. Okay, yeah. So you have also to watch movies and shows, immerse in authentic dialogues, learn natural speech patterns, understand cultural context, pick up common idioms, okay, and enhance listening skills, okay. Also read English literature, okay. So this sounds a little bit academic, but you have to do it, okay. It will help you a lot, okay. One of the most effective ways to speak English like a native is to dive into English literature. from classic novels to contemporary works. Reading literature exposes you to rich tapestry of the English language, okay? Depending on your interest, okay? You will encounter diverse sentence structure, idiomatic expressions, and cultural references that enrich your vocabulary and understanding. By immersing yourself in the stories, you can intuitively grasp the flow and nuance of native speech, okay? Making your own conversation more natural and fluent. Okay, write every day. Writing is also very important. It's also an exercise that can help you become to speak like fluent a native speaker. Okay, it enhances fluency and confidence. Okay, it improves grammar and vocabulary. It boosts creativity. Okay, and critical thinking. Okay, you will be out of the box when you are writing. Okay, you will be more creative. You will be able to expand your ideas, your thoughts. Okay, yeah, you won't be limited. Okay, it fosters consistency in practice. Okay, it helps document your progress. Okay, listen actively. Okay, to speak English or like a native, listening actively is crucial. This means truly engaging with the language when you hear it, what it in conversations, movies, podcasts, or song. Focus on the nuances, intonations, and pronunciations used by native speakers. Okay, pay attention to the context in which words and phrases are used and try to mimic their delivery. Okay, active listening. Okay, it's not passive, it's active listening. It takes contract concentration. Okay, to be more focused on what you are hearing. Okay, it helps to internalize the rhythm and flow of natural speech. Okay, making your own speaking more fluent and native like. Okay, more natural. To And finally, the last is to think in English. Okay, thinking in English but will bring you will help can help you to become fluent in English and speaking more naturally like a native. Okay, try first. You have to set it gradually. Okay, you have to try first to label objects in English. Okay, objects surrounding your environment, surrounding you. Okay, you try to name objects and in the second level, it's to do kind of mental commentary in English. Okay, you try to comment. If you see the TV, you can say that you can see on the TV there is a soccer game. Okay, Real de Madrid versus Barca. Okay, 0-4. Okay, yeah, you can. In the third degree is internal dialogues in English. Okay, you are working in your mind. Okay, try to imagine. Okay, some scenarios of dialogues. Okay, in your mind. Try to visualize phrases and words. Okay, try to visualize. Okay, and also translate thoughts into English. Okay, so you have to convey, you have to think directly in English. Don't think in French and try to translate to make them English. It will block, it will slow down the process of producing ideas. Okay, so this is the way you have to work. Okay, if you want to speak English like a native, these are secrets that I wanted to unveil you. Thank you for your attention. If you did, you didn't, you can subscribe to English channel. Bye bye.